Hello, everyone, and welcome to another reaction to the Schmoedown right here on Dedicated to Art. As usual, I'm your host, Kees Cornelissen, joined by the usual panel, Chris and Nico, for another round, another match in the round one of the singles tournament between, the outlaw John Rocha, someone here is a fan of him, and Rachel Silvestrini, who is supported by the other person on this panel. And frankly, I don't really have a horse in this race. Get it? Huh?
Meh.
Okay. So, Chris, why is Rocha going to win?
So, before I don't want to come off like I'm throwing Rachel under the bus, because having spent a whole weekend with her in New York, I'm going to say she's jumped into my conversation of top 5 Schmoedown people. I adore Rachel. I really do. She's smart. She's great. That said, she does not have a tenth of the experience that John Rocha does. Now, that doesn't automatically give him the win. And here, if I'm going to call this right now, I think because she has been studying, she's been improving, I think she will take Rocha to his 5, but I don't think she wins. So,
Okay.
Silvestrini fans, come hate on me. I'll come gobble it up.
What the hell was that face? Okay, Chris mentioned experience, and here's the thing. I've been a fight fan for a very, very long time, and there was a point in time where someone just came from out of the blue with very little experience and beat a top-notch veteran, making them look like child's play. Case in point, John Jones. You know him as the legend that he is today, but once upon a time, he was just a rookie who managed to pull out the biggest victory of his career when he beat Stephan Bonner. Cain Velasquez, he had 2 years before his third fight in his career, and it got to a point where people were turning him down, and he just had to keep on fighting the bigger guys, the bigger names, because none of the guys with his experience level wanted to face him. And here we have Rachel Silvestrini. This, I feel, is her year to break out. She had a rough go with Paul Preston in that solo match, but then you have to factor in how tired she was from acclimating to a new job. I don't know when this match against Rocha was taped. I think it was a few weeks ago, but I bet that she had time to acclimate after that loss to Paul Preston to prepare for this match, and I feel like it's her time to shine. And as for Rocha, I feel like he's just put himself into too many places that it's dividing his focus, not just in terms of competition, but in terms of work overall. Like, how many shows is he on these days? He has to do a lot of research to prepare for each and every job he has, and that takes away from his focus of the game. Still, though, it takes away from his focus.
Finish your thought.
Yeah. It takes away some of the focus of his game, and you also have to factor in like the pressure of he's got one more shot against corruption coming up. How is that playing a role in his mind as well? Like that's his last chance to become a team champion, and this tournament could be his last chance to become a singles champion, because we don't know what's going to happen for his career come next season. Is he still going to be around? That's a big question. So it's kind of, in my opinion, it's do or die for Rocha, and the pressure could break him.
Yeah, I think you're very, very, very wrong. I'm not saying that Rachel has no chance. She's good. But in terms of overall movie knowledge all across the board, Rocha has it. In terms of experience in the Schmoedown, Rocha has it. And you may say that Rocha may need to prepare and study a lot for his jobs, but his jobs involve movies. He needs to look up a lot about movies. So I think he knows a lot about movies, which he has proven time and time again. The only way that I see him losing this match if he gets in his own head, which he has done time and time again. So I'm definitely not saying there's not a possibility that he loses. I'm just saying if Rocha just comes to play and doesn't get too much in his own head, he'll have this in the bag without much difficulty. But we'll have to wait and see. I honestly, frankly, don't really care about this side of the bracket because I don't think any of the people here or in the other match who the winner will face will continue to the final. That's my opinion. But we'll have to wait and see. We're just gonna press play on the video in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh boy, here comes trouble.
Oh no, crap.
Ken, Grace, so nice to see you. I'm just
No.
going to be going in real fast.
Denied.
I just wanted to chat with you about something really quickly.
Your access
I don't
is
think I'm going to be able to get inside until you do, so
Correct.
go for it. Look, we don't think that it's fair that Dan Merle is using his challenge in Orlando with Kate.
That is very fair.
Well, Dan won the free-for-all and thus the right to challenge anybody for a title shot of his choosing, thereby he is entitled to that title shot. Okay, look, if he does this, I want a stipulation added
Yeah.
that if we win, they have to
Yes.
break up.
Ooh.
Yes.
If Corruption beats Founding Fathers in Orlando, then they're done so.
Yes.
Well, you know what? You guys in Corruption certainly like to keep things interesting, so why not? Let's do it. If Corruption
It's not fair.
beats Founding Fathers, then Dan Merle, John Rocha, they are
No,
no
it's-
more. That's
look, I
fine.
agree.
Let's do that.
In terms of
Yes.
the fact,
Thank you very
Yes.
much. It's lovely doing business.
it will
with
be
you
the
both.
third
I'm just gonna
time that
go
Corruption
in.
faces Founding
Okay.
Fathers.
Yeah, thank you, Emma. Yes.
First time in entitlement,
So
but
welcome.
again, third time. Corruption has beaten them twice already. If it happens for a first time, it's like, seriously, you gotta continue doing this till the end of time? As in losing to Corruption, because that's what they tend to do.
There has to be a conclusion to this rivalry, and this is hence why it says on the poster the final battle.
Yeah, this is gonna be it. Hey, Clark.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to
Yay.
the movie Trivia Schmoedown. The ultimate Schmoedown tournament keeps on moving. We are in the playoffs, and I am
Schmoovin'.
thrilled to be joined at the answer desk by the one, the only, you know her, you love her. Make some noise. Miss Clark Wolf is here.
Thank you for having me, Mark Ellis.
Oh, it is so fun calling matches with you now. And if
Hello,
we're
Eddie.
going by astronomical terms with this matchup we have here today, we have a bright new star in
Yes.
the Schmoedown galaxy in Rachel Silvestrini versus, I'm going to say it, he's a planet. He is a planet in the solar system of the movie Trivia Schmoedown. He has his own gravitational pull. People love him.
well-
He's an all-time legend. John, the Outlaw Rocha,
Yes.
is back.
He has a
and he is in
history
the
with the
ultimate
planet.
Schmoedown, and he has
I
this
can
new
say
up-
that.
I don't know how Rachel's going to be. She's never been under pressure like this before. Do you think that could actually be a benefit
Good
to
job.
her?
I actually do, because ultimately Rachel has a ton to gain and very little to lose, frankly. I mean, look, when you're going up against somebody like Rocha, who has this storied history, he has proven to be one of the benchmarks and one of the strongest competitors in this league over a couple of years. You know, the pressure's almost off in a way. Have fun, get out there, kick some ass, and we have seen that this game is so unpredictable. You can come out ready to fight, but ultimately it could not go your way, and then you have gigantic upsets, and there is no better place to do that than in the tournament.
And I think that it's really a question of how quickly can you get comfortable, can you get established,
Yes.
can you get those first couple questions answered correctly, and then your nerves start to settle, and you just play the game. And speaking of game players, I don't think we've ever seen a better competitor through the seasons, one of the first real stars in the Schmoedown, than that of John the Outlaw Rocha. We were lucky enough to get an interview with both Rachel and John before their match. Here's a quick look.
What's it gonna take to get you into the tournament?
Which one? Because I want both.
I'm sure we'll work something out.
Yeah,
and
any
get you back into
match they
this.
want to throw me, I'm in. So I got a call from Robert Meyer Burnett. Apparently he was impressed with my play against Paul Preston, but now I'm in the singles tournament, but I'm playing Rocha.
Well, what do you know? Back into another tournament in the first round. The Outlaw is here, taking on Rachel Silvestrini, the silver one, the Disney lover. It's exciting. She was a fan. I've seen her watch our matches. And here she is going toe-to-toe with the Outlaw.
Rocha is definitely one of the players that I started watching when I first became a fan, and I have huge respect for him. But this is my time. I mean, Stacy kind of took Riley out, and now I'm against Rocha, so we'll see what this leads to.
And you got to just dust yourself off and keep going. Now I'm looking to the teams tournament, all right? Because this one really made me upset.
We're going to end this season champions, both singles and teams, and it starts right here. It starts right here today, and I know it. I can feel it. I can see it in your face. So I'm just here to stand behind you, man. I believe in you.
Rocha, I respect you. I admire
Still
you.
so weird.
But it's my time to shine.
It is
Fans out there
weird.
talking all their smack saying the Outlaw ain't got it anymore. He ain't got that fight.
I can see it, but I can't believe it.
I want those belts back around my waist. I'm talking about the tag team belt and the singles belt. IG, Kalinowski, Cushing, Mara.
Yeah, it's like a one of these things doesn't belong sort of situation.
We'll see. But I'm riding high. I got two of the best.
One of these things is like the other.
I'll take care of business today.
Although fashion-wise, it's definitely Merle who doesn't belong. Well, look at how Rocha's dressed. Look how Ben's dressed. Look how Merle's dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, to be fair, none of them dress like each other because they all have their own dressing style. Because even Riley has his dressing style, and heck, Finstock is in that faction.
And it's hard to decide against them, but Rachel, like you said, she's
Gucci brings the Gucci.
mindset. She's not shy, but she's
Like,
also
unless
not
Hannah
nervous, in my opinion.
joins,
That's great. I mean, like, look, at the end of the
I'm
day,
not sure if he
when
will.
you're a more seasoned
Like,
competitor,
if Hannah
sometimes you do
joins,
have in the back of your mind,
then
like,
he
oh,
will
I
be
don't
the
wanna-
only
I mean,
one
who do I
to
want
actually
to
match
lose
with
to?
someone, which is
And
of course
look,
Ben Pavement,
she's
because he
got an
pretty much
opportunity for a real
models
upset
his
here,
character
so
after.
I'm very curious to see how this unfolds.
And we are about to do just that with the Ultimate Schmoedown playoff tournament format. Let's go to the tail of the tape now. Clark Wolf, what are each one of these competitors good at? What are they hoping for?
We've got Rachel.
mom's
Her strengths
brownies.
are Disney,
Now I'm
comic book
curious.
movies, and her mom's brownies.
They
Yum.
are delicious, the best in the business.
I don't know why I'm
Right
nodding.
now,
I didn't have
Silvestrini.
any when
Love a
we
good
were in New
brownie.
York.
And for John Rocha,
I don't
we
think she
have
had any,
strengths that
sadly.
include
So,
westerns,
Rachel,
Damn.
when we're in
biopics,
when we're in
hosting
LA,
Collider Sports Time.
brownies.
Hey, how about a hand for the
Please.
Outlaws?
Oh, by the way,
That's me. Come on there. We have
I forgot
very
to say
strong
this
opinions
about
the
sports,
Washington
but because
Professional
Rocha
Men's
and
Football
sports
Club.
reminds me of
Wait, Rocha
something.
has strong opinions
Look,
about
Nico
that?
made a whole lot of
Yes, I know
references
this is
I don't
breaking news
I don't
to
get, so I'll make a
everybody.
reference
And we
that
have
you
some
guys
other
don't
breaking
get.
news, and that is it's
If
time for
Rachel
the
wins
movie
today,
trivia
it's pretty much like
Schmoedown.
Leicester City winning the Premier League a few years ago, which nobody ever thought would be possible, and they're never probably going to repeat again.
All right.
Ooh. Bad reputation.
Of 0 and 1.
Shrek 2. It is from Shrek 2, and it's used in another movie that I know. I can't remember it right now.
Loving the shades.
This is Ronda Rousey's entrance theme.
Heavy crowd here today. They seem pretty pro.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
I mean, look, I like a girl in the league. What am I
I'm in
gonna say?
In the wrong tuning.
And her opponents. Representing the 5 Horsemen. With a record of 12 and 8. 3 knockouts. He is the former 2-time movie trivia Schmoedown
Yeah, former,
champion
has
of the
been.
world, John the Outlaw Rocha.
Hello. What's he doing?
Oh boy.
And the Outlaw balancing himself.
What is that?
That's sort of a Hulk Hogan pose that he was doing.
All right.
Huh.
By the way, I don't know
Where
why
are you?
Hulk Hogan was never in the Horsemen.
By the way, they should do
Holding
this.
up a
There are
5,
2 members
although there's only
missing.
3 of them there.
Indeed.
Confusing to some of our newer viewers.
I agree.
Yeah,
Oh, and
nice
quick,
handshake,
complete
some
non
nice
sequitur.
Sportsmanship.
Hashtag
there.
China 6.
And
Hashtag
just
D2
a
anniversary.
fever pitch. I said
Hashtag
some
Trivia
verbs in the
Fathon 2,
crowd. I
hashtag
mean,
give
Rocha
Nico a
comes
job.
out, Ben and Dan
Yes,
look like
give
Rocha
Nico a
figured
job.
enough to be there. And now John Rocha at the desk by his lonesome Rachel Silvestrini. John, the Outlaw Rocha,
Oh,
before
that
we get
reminds
going,
me of
I'm gonna
Samurai
read you and
Cop.
Rachel the rules.
Get a
I
job.
want to get your quick feelings, and then we'll get going here. Round number 1. Y'all have been here
the movie is
before.
terrible.
Rachel, to a lesser extent, but you've competed in the Schmoedown.
Didn't they make
You've won
fun of that on an
match.
episode of
John,
Community, or
obviously
was
no
that a
stranger, more than 20 matches under
spoof
your
of
belt.
that
In
movie?
round number
I
one,
don't
you're gonna
know
hear 8
Community.
questions to the field. These questions are each worth 1 point.
I
They're from
just
8
know the
different
movie
corners
because of Chris
of the
Tuckman.
movie Trivia
Same.
Schmoedown Galaxy. Each question, like I said, 1 point.
I've
There's
watched
no
that
penalty for
movie
missing a
because of
question.
Chris
There's no
Stuckman.
stealing in round number 1. So
Yeah,
if we ask you
same,
a question,
and
you
it's
got about
terrible.
15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard.
Gloriously
Once we address you
terrible, but
by name,
terrible.
please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to your camera.
So bad.
At the same
It's
time,
so
you
great,
verbalize
though.
your answer into the microphone. Penmanship is always.
Think how bad it is.
And you each have 3 usages.
Well, as long
of
as
the
I do better
JTE rule
than
throughout the
my
duration
recent
of
fandom
the
match
If
and
you
my
didn't
Full
hear a
Metal
question
movie
right,
release
you
dates
need to
match,
buy
I
yourself
think
some
I'll be
time.
okay.
You just want to hear us ask it again?
Hey,
Use
you
the
did pretty
JTE
good in
rule.
the
You also
release
each have
dates
one
match. It's
challenge
just
to
that there
use
were
at any
very
point
difficult
throughout the
questions in that
three-round
match.
match.
Yeah.
So, John Rocha.
Yes, sir.
12-8, 3 knockouts,
I
three-time
screwed
former
myself on
champion.
that
How are you
Bond
feeling
question.
going into this playoff?
All of that means nothing. I'm 0-0.
Yes, you did, and I got it right, and I knew you
And
knew it,
Rachel, how do you
but I
feel
knew
making
you got
your
in your
first
head
appearance in
about
the
it.
playoff format known as the Ultimate Schmoedown?
Oh,
Good. It's an honor to face John. It is so hot in
that's
here,
the
though,
light.
so-
You're not
Hopefully I
wearing
don't
3
know.
layers, girl.
It is very hot, and that
Get
means
ready to Schmoedown.
let's get ready to Schmoedown. Oh, boy, I love a good playoff vibe. All right, kicking off round number 1. This question is from the world of action-adventure films, and your query is, Xander Cage is the protagonist of 2 films in what action franchise?
Why does it sound familiar?
I know this one.
I know this one.
And I haven't even seen the movies, but I know this one.
The marker doesn't always
Well, the second one literally has his name in the title.
3,
Or
Exactly.
third one, sorry.
1.
Triple X.
Triple
Going first,
X.
Rocha.
Oh.
That is incorrect. Does Rachel have it?
Totally blank.
Okay, okay.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen those movies, but indeed, there's his
My
name is in
favorite
the
kind of
title.
movies,
Oh.
Triple X.
The first one's fine.
Triple X.
It's
Rammstein's in the opening scene.
Xander Cage.
with an X.
I've seen that movie once.
All right.
All right, your second question in the category of famous actors and actresses.
Aight.
What Baz Luhrmann film stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Carey Mulligan, and Joel Edgerton?
Oh, it's
I'm going to take a guess here, Clark. Is this a Triple X film?
It is not.
Is this
It is not yet anyway, but we'll see.
I think the Triple X.
I almost
third
wrote down
one was
the other
called
one.
Triple X: The Return of Xander Cage.
Yes, I think it was.
by
4,
accident.
3, 2.
Can you repeat the question, please?
I have a guess.
What Baz Luhrmann
I do
film
too.
stars
And if I'm
Leonardo
right, I'll be
DiCaprio,
very
Carey
surprised.
Mulligan, and Joel Edgerton.
And Clark, it's kind of the situation
Don't know
that
Baz
when I posed
Luhrmann
you at
films.
the top where you got to get that first correct answer to get the
Listen.
blood flowing to get back to normal.
You know how I feel
Well,
about round 1.
to be fair,
It's
if I
really
wanted to be a
hard
jerk
get
about it, I'd
those.
edit it like 5 different times, different
3,
things, and then
2,
pop back here
1.
to be a
Rachel,
Baz
go to
Luhrmann.
The Man in the Iron Mask?
The Great Gatsby.
Ooh,
That's
great
it.
Gatsby.
She's on the board.
Yeah.
Right.
And Nico, as we all know from Janine,
Can someone take a
Randall
picture of
Wallace
that? 'Cause
directed The
I'm
Man in the Iron
ahead of
Mask.
him, and I want
That's
to
what I
remember
forgot.
this.
I was like
All right,
trying to
move
picture that
on
answer, and
to
I
your
didn't
third
remember the right
question in
director.
Round number 1, it is dramas. Dramas, and your question: who played big game hunter Dennis Finch Hatton opposite Meryl Streep in 1985's Out of Africa?
No.
yes.
I'm glad that
I'll
whatever
take
the
a
answer
guess.
is, it's not Meryl Streep because the crowd would have been
I was
buzzing
about
about
to say.
hearing her name.
I was about to say. I got excited.
You watch Big Little Lies?
Oh yes.
Oh boy, was she!
Oh, yes.
Did she seriously just say yes?
Pens down.
Robert
Go to you, John
Redford.
Rocha.
Robert Redford.
It is Bob Redford. Did Rachel have it?
Michael Douglas.
Ah.
Ghost in the Darkness.
Tie game. Tie game.
He has played a big game hunter before, The Ghost in the Darkness, but
Indeed.
not that movie.
All right, question number 4 in the category of 90s movies.
Okay.
Who directed Julia Roberts and Richard Gere in the 1999 rom-com Runaway Bride?
Oh.
Clark, I'm gonna
I
do you a
can
favor. I'm gonna
guess.
give you a movie couple to hang out with
Okay.
for an evening. Are you
Okay.
taking Roberts and Gere? Are you taking Ryan and Hanks? Who do you like?
Ryan and Hanks.
Ryan and Hanks.
Get no
5,
contest.
4,
No question.
3, as long as the volcano's not involved. 2,
Robert
1. Pens down,
Zemeckis?
going to you,
Gary
Rachel.
Marshall?
What do you got?
Gary Marshall?
It is
Yeah.
Gary
Gary
Marshall,
Marshall.
the legend.
There we go.
Ah.
And we got a tie game.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't know
Tied
rom-com
game
directors
at 2. Your next
or Julia
question,
Roberts
fifth
movies or
one in
Richard
this
Gere
first
movies,
round.
period.
From the world of fantasy science
Fair.
fiction, the query is, who plays Oz in Oz the Great and Powerful?
Dab.
I mean, how do you make a sequel to
Oz.
to the Wizard of
You
Oz?
don't.
How do you,
You shouldn't and you don't.
The
unless
answer
it's
is no.
unless it's returned.
I'll show myself
Fuck.
in a moment here.
5,
Just let me
4,
answer this right first.
3,
I don't have it.
I can do that. That is one JT rule
Guess
for
which
Rachel.
one
Each
is
competitor's
not
used
gonna
one.
show.
Your question. Who plays Oz
Probably.
in Oz the Great and Powerful?
One could call him
I
a
remember, like, 'cause there are
an
a lot of
artist, a
sequel-ish
disaster
Wizard of Oz
artist.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't count for yourself, Nico, but you're welcome.
Don't count that. Don't count that.
Two,
James
one.
Franco.
Going to you, Rocha.
James
Yeah,
Franco.
there is no way I'm gonna count that for you.
I knew it was someone
Okay.
out there.
That's all right. A forgettable movie.
Yeah,
by all accounts.
because, you know.
And question number 6
Could
in the
be
category
anyone.
of comedies.
Hey!
There it is.
You got Clark got
There
the
it
laugh.
is.
Well done.
What Judd Apatow movie has the line, "Marriage is like a tense, unfunny version of Everybody Loves Raymond, only it doesn't last 2 minutes.
What?
It lasts
That's
forever."
in the... Who wrote these?
Yeah, I was going to say cosign.
I also,
This is
I
a
like
Jeremy
how
question.
much
I can already
Apatow
tell.
Loves Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, I
Because you
feel
know what?
like it.
So do I.
It's a great show. It's a great
I
show.
like a Ray Romano.
Like I guess.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens
I
down.
don't know,
Going to your
knocked
first,
up.
Rachel. Did you have it?
This is 40?
It is not. This is 40. Does Rocha have it?
Knocked out.
It is knocked up.
All right.
It
so.
is knocked up. So one more for Rocha.
It is knocked
Oh.
out.
It is knocked up.
hell?
That is correct.
Try to
It
be
is
like...
knocked up.
You got it.
Related.
You got it.
I had that written on the bottom of it.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
So it is 4-2 now. We have 2 questions
Guys,
left.
can we
in
not
round
end this
number
round
1.
with me
Your
on
penultimate
0?
question is from the world of horror /
I've
Yeah.
done it plenty of times. You can
And the question,
handle it.
what iconic horror movie villain had a bride named
Wait,
Tiffany?
wait.
Speaking of marriage.
The horror
Speaking of,
movie
we just
villain.
Can't get away from
I
marriage.
think I know
Horror is
this.
a classic movie. We'd say Marriage.
I hope this is right.
I hadn't seen that movie until like I don't know 5 years ago.
No.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Chucky?
1.
Chucky?
Pens down, going to you, Rocha. What do you got?
I don't know, Candyman.
It is not Candyman. It's
It is. Wow.
I swear.
All right.
Good
we
job.
got a closer round 1 than I think we thought we might have.
I think
That's
I
right, and-
spelled
and
it like
I
they
don't
do
know
in
what's up with
Rugrats.
the crowd support
Guys,
standpoint,
there
but
is so
both
much
competitors
wrong
getting
with
a
this
lot of
round.
love on
The
every
only question I have
correct
right
answer.
is in horror thriller. That
Great
does
game.
not
All
happen.
right, question number 8. In the category of
pretty funny, though.
animated, you'll find the sinister Stromboli
Hey.
in what classic animated
Were we just talking about this earlier?
I would never call a Stromboli sinister.
Oh, no, wait, that's
Sal's
that's
by
Pixar.
Maurice in
Shit.
Williamsburg,
That has to
Virginia.
be it, right?
is good stuff.
It says
Stromboli.
classic, by the way, so it's like old.
Packed with pepperoni. It's like a big hot pocket.
Ooh,
5.
I love a hot
Why
Then
am I
again,
not
then again, Back to the
Three,
Future is called a classic, so classic could
1.
mean
Pinocchio?
anything.
Rachel, what do you
Pinocchio.
got?
It's Pinocchio.
Son of a
You started
bitch.
writing very quickly. Did John Rocha have it?
Okay.
Pinocchio.
Oh,
Yay.
you got it too.
Yay.
All right, so John
I got
Rocha
2
stays
questions.
off. Rachel Silvestrini
Okay,
by
Case and I
1
tied.
in round 1, and so
Yeah.
a 5-4 lead for John
Gu-
Rocha. Although
guys,
Rachel
check
giving
back
him
when
his
there's
money's
another
worth
geek
here today,
match
and
for my
Clark,
round
only
1
of them is gonna
performance.
advance in the ultimate
Other than
challenge.
You know
that,
what? All right, so we got a new wheel,
Mhm.
and this wheel has been a little finicky.
It's-
I'm gonna go ahead and
like,
say.
It
I've
is not
been
an
in full-on
easy
geek
wheel
It
studying
has not.
to
mode the
negotiate,
past
although it
week.
actually is easy to
so-
spin because you can spin
That's
it from
good.
the pegs
Nice.
as well. As Clark inferred, this is round number 2. That would be the wheel round.
Also,
You
what
see
the
the wheel of
fuck were
fate,
those
doom,
questions?
and justice, the new-ish
I have
wheel.
no
You see
idea,
a spinner's
man.
choice, what the competitor wants to spin,
You
and
did
opponent's
all
choice,
of
the
them,
fan
though.
favorite. as
Those
well
were
as 10
questions
different
written for
categories
a
of
former
movie, TV,
two-time
Schmoedown,
Schmoedown
and
champion.
Each
I
category you see up
guessed
there has
2 of
4
them.
questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
Each
that's
question
okay.
worth
You got
2 points.
got a
There's
few
no
of them.
penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is
Makuga the
available
fuck
in
out of
round
him.
number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer when you're asked a question, you may ask us
Well,
for
you
multiple
did
choice.
Makuga
We'll
it
give you 4
because you got
options,
it
one
right.
of which is the correct answer. At that point, the
Yeah.
question goes down to 1 point. So, John Rocha, you find yourself.
Oh, I have a
You've
lollipop
been here
now.
before.
Yep.
It is 5-4. You have a 1-point lead, so you
Lollipop,
may spin the new wheel, or you may defer to Miss Silvestrini.
No surprise to me. I know Rachel's...
Bottom.
Rachel, you spin first, please.
All right.
Right.
So ladies
Or
first.
here, if
Definitely
I'll throw
a
you all
choice.
back real far.
And here comes
Voldemort,
Rachel.
Voldemort, Voldemort,
right,
Voldemort,
gonna go spin
Voldemort,
this wheel can
Voldemort,
stop on a dime
Voldemort,
sometimes,
Voldemort,
Clark.
It's
Voldemort.
crazy, and we've got Disney
Ooh,
movies on
ooh,
there, so
ooh, ah.
wondering what we're gonna.
Comedy,
Shit,
classic,
shit.
not a
Woo!
Oh boy!
Classics.
Oh
Spin
boy.
again.
All right,
Take
you
it.
wanna do
Spin
classics,
Take
you
it.
wanna
I
spin
dare
again?
you.
She's gonna
Good
spin
choice. All right.
again.
Ooh, but not giving it one
That
finger
that
like
wheel
last
is
time.
like a Spartan shield.
Oh.
All right.
Oh!
Could be.
Okay.
Disney!
Hi. Okay.
And the crowd goes wild. So Rachel, you spun spinner's choice. Now you have the task of trying to select which category you're most confident in. What do you got?
What?
Give me Kevin Smith, please.
Oh, she's good. She's good at Kevin Smith.
I had jumped the gun and already gone to Disney
I
movies,
thought
but
that's where we were headed too.
we can also do Kevin Smith.
Misdirection.
Rachel Clark's going to be asking you your questions. So we will kick off with the first of 4.
Thought she was going with the jab, and instead she went with the high kick.
In Red State, the first on-screen victim of a radical fundamentalist church is a man
Adultery?
they say is guilty of what sin?
Gluttony.
Being a Democrat, I don't know.
Let me go multiple choice.
No. That's not a sin. Being a
Is it
Republican
A,
is a sin.
adultery? B, performing abortions. C, homosexuality.
Okay, this
D,
just got real.
drunkenness.
Jesus.
I believe it's homosexuality.
It is homosexuality. Let's give her 1 point.
You know,
which is not
that makes
crime.
sense.
It sure
Because
is.
this was written right in the time of the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah, that was intense.
Join that church.
Question number 2 in the category of Kevin Smith. What is the first name of the 15-year-old girl who is writing a book about men's sex drives in Mallrats?
Oh, wow.
Isn't it like Patricia or something?
Give me multiple.
This
Is it A, Trisha, B, Linda, C, Julie, D,
I'll
Mara?
just say Trish.
They call her Trish the Dish. Nobody calls her that.
It is
Trisha.
It is Trisha.
These
Let's
category-
give her another point.
these questions,
I have no idea about.
these questions are like multiple punches right to the nuts over and over and
All
over
right,
again.
question number 3. What game is played on the roof of the convenience
Hockey.
store
Hockey,
in
yeah.
Clerks?
Street hockey.
It is hockey. Let's give her 2 points.
2 points, and so Rachel has a 3-point lead over John Rocha now, and she still has 1 question left in the world of Kevin Smith.
All right, and here it is. Carrie Fisher plays a woman with what profession in J.
Cab
She's a nun.
driver?
Bob's
She's a nun.
Oh,
Back?
shoot. That's right.
She is a nun.
She was
2
in the
more
cab,
points.
but she was not
All
the
right.
driver. Okay.
She is a nun, and so Rachel Silvestrini has opened up a 5-point wound.
All right,
she's
John
hilarious
Rocha
in
in
that
the
movie.
outlaw answer like he's done so many times in the past. He steps up to
I wonder
spin
how
the
many
wheel
people
for the very
remember
first time.
she
That
plays
darn
Peter's
wheel.
boss in Family
That
Guy for a
darn
very long
wheel.
time.
Now, see, that's a really good example
remember
of
that.
Spinner's choice.
I remember.
Yeah.
Being a tricky thing. It sounds like a good thing when you get it.
Oh.
but you never know what's
Oh.
actually going to happen.
And he has
There you
spun
go.
comedy, and he's walking over to it. He has done stand-up comedy multiple times, but he's spinning away from it.
All right, so whatever Rocha lands on.
What
he
an
is going to
Instagram
be
model.
stuck with for that
Yeah.
Gotta get past that opponent's
2000.
choice.
Oh,
wait.
oh, wow.
Yeah, the,
Wow.
The thing hit the pole and pushed back.
Yeah.
Question.
It's the spirit of Andre
So
2000.
John Rocha might have some
But,
beef with his own
Come on
wheel,
now.
but it landed
That was
on
unbelievable.
that's how the wheel works,
That
I
was-
guess.
Yeah.
Come on.
I said the best they
let's
can
go to
do
Weston's.
is give him one more spin.
Yeah.
No.
That'd be fair.
Yeah, no. I challenge that. The wheels, the thing
Okay,
jammed.
if you think there's an equipment malfunction, I can't give you what category you think it might have landed on, but I
Respin,
can allow you
yes.
to have a respin.
I'm fine
if
with
you
that.
want.
I'm fine with the respin.
He's
Yeah.
shaking. He's shooken
But I
up now.
will- Rocha,
Doesn't matter
John,
what he
I will
spins
caution you,
on.
Yeah.
If he
you do the
respins, he's
respin,
shooken up now.
You have to take whatever category that
That's
was,
fair.
regardless of what happens with the spinner.
So that's tempting. Can I consult with my?
You may consult with your team.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Go ahead.
Fair.
So cute, he needs help.
Oh.
I mean, the thing about
I
the
don't know
matter
why I'm
is
laughing.
that-
I'm a manager
I
too.
was
think
just-
that's what he's really.
But
yeah.
either way,
Yeah, I was about to say, what
mean,
the fuck are you talking
know,
about, Nico?
This is
I
a
don't know.
relationship
So this is
you
what you
build
do
with
on
the
a
wheel.
daily
This is what you
basis.
do.
You spin away from two.
Okay, don't you won't get to laugh at this.
There's still some tough categories. So John Rocha, the decision is
Love
made
you, Nico.
because
Much
we
to
had a
Clark's
slight
chagrin, I
equipment
discussed with my
malfunction.
teammates, and I'm going to take that 2,000.
Much to my
He's gonna
chagrin.
take the 2,000.
Yeah, I heard your oh boy, Clark. People can
boy.
hear you when you're on a mic.
Oh,
All right,
boy.
You ready?
Oh boy.
Oh boy, it is.
She's gonna smack him upside the head.
I'll see if I can find 4 Westerns questions.
Yeah, please.
Out in the 2000s.
Oh, that damn wheel.
All right, John.
All right.
In Disney.
All right.
Your question.
Watch him try to kick the wheel down and break his leg.
Of the 2000s. Who played single Wall Street executive Jack Campbell, the man who wakes up on Christmas Day in an alternate reality where he married his former girlfriend in The Family Man?
Okay.
Nicolas Cage.
2 points.
He was very fast with
All
that.
right, John Rocha.
Not so mad at the 2000s now, are we?
She can't resist, can she? All right, next.
Which actor has a cameo as John Lennon in Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story?
Paul Rudd.
Multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, Jack Black?
Paul
B,
Rudd. John Lennon.
C,
What the
Jason
fuck?
Schwartzman, or D, Justin
So
Long?
Jack Black is Paul McCartney, Paul Rudd's John Lennon, Jason Schwartzman plays George Harrison, and Justin Long plays Ringo Starr.
What are these, like the Beatles?
I need an answer.
Jason
And
Schwartzman.
Literally.
That is incorrect. Rachel, I'm going to give you your options again.
And
for,
Dewey
1
Cox
point steal.
does acid with
Is
them
it
in
A,
India.
Jack Black,
It's great.
B, Paul Rudd, C, Jason Schwartzman,
Y'all
or
need to
D,
watch
Justin
Walk
Long?
Hard. I'm talking to you,
Justin
people.
Long.
Watch
It
it.
is actually Paul
Paul
Rudd.
Rudd. It was one of those.
Are you from London?
It is Paul Rudd.
That's a different one, but still.
You were
I just wanted to say it. No.
Very impressive. All right, John, back to you. 2 questions left in the world of the 2000s. Your penultimate question in this round. In Almost Famous,
ultimate question.
who plays rock journalist Lester Bangs?
And ultimate. Who the fuck says that?
I've
PSH, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
2 points.
There it
I
is.
watched this movie for school this
Alright.
weekend.
I was thinking of the kid.
Okay.
And the
I
I don't
outlaw
like
has
it, but
pulled
I hope you enjoy
within
it.
1.
It's a close game.
Almost Famous?
Rachel Silvestrini.
Yes.
Your last question, John.
Okay. That,
A film that.
But again, I
swept
hope
us
you
all
enjoy
up
it,
in
Nick.
the world of
there are
emotion when it
people
was
who
released in
love that
2004.
movie, and then
Who
there's you.
directed 2004's The Note?
Fuck.
Nick Cassavetes.
Oh, crap.
Your 5, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, Scott Hicks, B, George C. Wolfe, C, Adam Shankman, or D, Nick Cassavetes?
Isn't it?
Nick
Tied.
Cassavetes?
We're
Give a point.
tied.
Sure is.
Going
Oh,
into
man.
round 3. I love a question about the notebook regardless.
This just got interesting.
But now that is giving us a
Very.
tied ball
Yes.
game as we head into the last round. Clark, we could be staring right down the barrel of overtime.
Look, this is. It was already hot in here, but now it's like hot in her, if you know what I'm saying.
Rachel, John, you both are wearing jackets.
John!
Okay,
Yeah.
because round number 3 is upon us, and like Clark inferred, it is getting quite temperate. In round number 3, each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. We need 3 numbers from each person on the desk. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie trivia Schmoedown knowledge. The first question you hear is going to be worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points. The last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 big points. There's no stealing in round number 3. There's no penalty for missing a question. What's between you, your eyes, and the thing right behind your eyes? John Rocha, you are the higher-ranked competitor here. You've built up quite a storied history in the movie trivia Schmoedown. Some might say the greatest history of all time.
The records are
But now
12 and
we
8
just need 3 numbers from
to
you.
0 and 1.
Yeah.
Like one singles match
Rachel
compared to
Silvestrini.
20. That's crazy.
16. Did you say 7?
No.
7 and 9.
16, 7.
All right.
So,
solid
Chris,
numbers.
when you said
Solid
that
numbers.
Rachel had a
All
10,
right, so Rachel,
it's not a
you're
10.
gonna
It's a
get your questions
20th
first.
of the
At least you're going
experience.
to get your 2-point question. We'll see how we do.
Yeah,
from
you're right.
there.
Okay,
Clark, we'll
fair
be
enough.
asking you your
Fair
questions.
enough.
I'll be asking John the Rocha his questions.
Okay. You chose number 16. That is the category of comedy.
Ha!
Oh, you're
Ha!
looking the crowd for round 3.
I like it. It's fun. All right. And your question is for 2 points. Jake and Elwood are on a mission
Come on.
from God.
Come on.
In what
Come on.
1980?
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
The Blues Brothers.
That is
That's
correct.
why you know it and I
Despite
don't.
my not asking that very
And Carrie Fisher's also in this
fluently. That
movie.
was my fault.
You were coasting off that comedy
That's
last
cool.
Sure
week.
was. I was excited.
All right, so Rachel
has
takes
a
a 2-point
machine
lead.
gun.
John Rocha
That's
now is
awesome.
going to hear his 2-pointer, and we
Ooh.
prefer an answer within 15 seconds. You selected
Now she has a
category
machine
number
gun.
6
Ho,
for 2
ho, ho.
points. That corresponds to a director named Steven Spielberg.
Oh boy.
That was good. That was good.
Yep.
And your question. Steven Spielberg directed
AI.
Haley Joel Osment.
AI,
in
artificial
2001
intelligence.
sci-fi film.
AI.
2 points for John Rocha.
This is simply me knowing release dates.
It's been a close game all the way. Mark.
Technically, she could
And
challenge
it
that.
goes back and forth. Rachel
Yes,
Silvestrini is now back
I don't
on the
think
clock.
she
She
wants
has
to.
a 3-pointer to answer.
I can barely see the road from the heat.
Yeah.
That's a quote from
Don't
Van Halen.
like
Thanks,
challenge.
All right, Rachel, you chose number 7, and the category is My Girl,
Of
Sandy
course.
B. Sandra
Ooh.
Bullock. And your question is, what country music star plays Sandra Bullock's husband
Oh.
in The Blind Side?
Tim.
Wow.
That is
Wrong.
correct. Good job.
Correct.
We love
Right.
a Sandy B.
That's right.
Nice
He was
guy.
looking at Nick Saban a little sideways in that movie. All right. John Rocha, back to you. Get to answer your 3-pointer now. It's kind of fun how we ask one person a question and we go to the other person.
It just bounces back and forth.
Like that's fun for you guys.
Very good flow here. John Rocha, you selected number 8 for your 3-point question. And that corresponds to the world of fantasy sci-fi.
Oh.
There's the road
Why
to
does
side
he
we've been waiting.
grow? He knows a couple of these movies.
For 3 points and to tie
Sounds like
Rachel,
he
your
has
question.
indigestion.
In the film Aquaman,
What?
Arthur and Mera are ambushed in Sicily when a fully armored David reemerges.
Black Manta?
Black
is
Manta.
now known
Come on,
as
that's
Black
way
Manta?
too easy. If you know comics, that's really easy.
Black Manta?
3
We all
points
knew
for
it.
John Rocha. And we go right back
To be fair, we all
Dragon
compete in
Ball.
geek stuff,
Just the
so
way we threw it up.
Yeah,
kind of have to
know
know
that.
this.
I know that from the
So Rachel,
cartoons.
you're going to hear your
I
5-point
kind of
question
hate that
as asked
movie.
by Miss Wolf. And
It's
if
not
you
a
get it
good
right, you can
movie,
force the hand of
in
John.
my
If
opinion,
not,
at
we're gonna
least.
remain tied, and then John
I
Rocha will
still
have a
haven't seen
5-pointer
it.
for
Can I
the
just
win
say something
outright.
really
Yeah,
quick?
I'm
I'm going to, but I dread
Honor's
it.
all mine.
You should simply because of geek purposes.
Honor's
Other
all
than
mine.
that, don't bother.
I love you, Rachel.
Great match. All right, Rachel.
Very respectful words
you
between them. I liked that.
chose the category. Rachel, you chose number 9, which
8?
corresponds to
9?
rom-coms.
9?
No, well, I did last
9.
time.
9.
9. See, I'm behind the stress.
In The Devil Wears Prada,
Oh shit.
what is the name of the magazine where Meryl Streep is the editor-in-chief?
Composure? No, that's the wrong one. That's a different one. Shit. Ah! Oh, that's difficult.
I'm not even going to pretend I know this.
5, 4.
Nope, I give up.
I've seen this movie.
I'll give you
Yes.
a JTE rule. Your questions
Absolutely.
coming.
Okay.
Arena.
In The Devil Wears Prada,
Yeah, she
what
would.
is the name of the magazine
She's sleeping right
where
now.
Meryl Streep
No,
is the
she's not.
editor-in-chief?
Oh. I don't know time zones.
Still, Arena, help us.
It's almost 2 a.m. for her, but she is out with her friend.
Okay.
1 JT rule remains. 5, 4, 3, 2. 1 more repeat.
In The Devil Wears Prada,
Yeah.
what is the name of the
I'll
magazine
just say composure,
where
but
Meryl
that's not
Streep
it.
is the editor-in-chief?
Damn it. It's a different rom-com.
I don't think this is right. Composure.
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
That's
The-
13.
No,
going
that's
over.
not the.
Yes, the answer is Runway.
I think.
Runway.
Of
Oof.
course it is.
Runway. You could
Okay,
feel the crowd ready to
never mind.
explode if she had gotten that
I don't
answer
know much
correctly.
about rom-com.
So now it all comes down to
As you
this.
said,
Just
Arena.
your garden variety ultimate Schmoedown matchup where John Rocha has to hit a 5-pointer to advance. Nothing special, nothing to see here today.
Is there enough time for sudden death?
And
I
if
don't
he
think
doesn't,
so.
we're going to be going into sudden death.
If I say Paul Rudd, we're not even having this conversation. All right, let's-
Yeah, if some buts.
All right. John Rocha. 5-point question. You selected number 10, and that corresponds to the category of modern
Okay.
classics.
You should be able-
And your 5-point
Calvin
question
Klein.
is, what famous musician plays Kiefer, one of the German nihilists in The Big Lebowski?
Flea.
Flea.
Shit.
Our winner,
Hold on.
John.
Hey, James Spence. Hey, James Spence. Hey, James Spence. SMD! But not really. Not really.
Oh, boy.
Action
Not
Army.
really.
Like a 5-rounder.
Screw all you.
This was intense from
And Rachel,
start to
Great fight.
And it was
Love you,
such
girl.
a great
Wait,
match. You had a lot of great
why to the Action Army?
sportsmanship up on there, and I love maybe my favorite
Because
part
when
of the
I was
match,
in New
Rachel saying
York,
to John before the 5-point
the
question
entire
was,
Action Army
this
who was
has been
there
a
would
lot
not
of fun,
shut up
and it was a
about
great
how
time.
Rocha was going to
We had up
lose
here at the answer
and
desk as
Rachel was
well.
going to
Hope
win the
everybody out
entire
there
damn
enjoyed it.
tournament.
John Rocha moves on, but I think Rachel
Hello.
Silvestrini proved a lot here today.
Oh my gosh, you know, this was a match where it truly
Wait, what
was a,
happened?
it was a show for Rachel saying, look, I'm here, I am to be taken
Nothing.
seriously.
Did someone
in
walk
this league.
behind me again?
Sometimes
I swear.
just because you don't
I swear to God.
necessarily pull out the win, it doesn't mean that
I
it's
thought
not
someone
for
walked
nothing. I
walking
hope
up
that this
my office. I'm
going
like,
forward for Rachel is a real boost to her confidence.
You can say Action Army, but hello.
Oh,
I
yeah,
see
yeah,
that.
I think that's what we saw out of her today. And for John Rocha, look,
And I mean,
a little rust there in
look,
round number
Fine,
one.
call to
might
action
be-
for
And
clarification.
what we've always known
High
about
Eagles
Yeah.
John Rocha is that he's had some misses in his
yeah.
career. He's learned, he's bounced back from his mistakes, and he knows how to be clutch.
No,
And he
like
put that
I
on
might be
display.
a
So I
little
think
bit
what he
biased
did by
towards
doing
some
that is
competitors,
putting the
but I'm
rest of
not a
the league on
complete
notice
idiot.
that the Ultimate
By
Schmoedown,
call
John
to action,
Rocha's
not
coming for
kidding.
that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. You know, Rocha didn't get flustered. He didn't,
No.
you know, if round one didn't go as strongly
Seriously,
in the direction as
who
maybe
had
he would've
Silvestrini
wanted,
winning
he
this
played a
match?
solid, consistent game throughout the entire thing. He
Literally
never
the
let it
entire
get
call
to
to
him,
action crew.
and he pulled out the win in the
Yeah,
end.
this guy
He
over
pulled
here.
out the win,
I just want
and
to
we are
point
now
out
gonna
that this
have an
is like what
interview
the
with
first
John the
and or
Outlaw
second
Rocha
time I've been
coming up
wrong
in
this
just a
entire
second.
tournament.
Right now, our own Jen Sturger
Yeah,
is
How many
with
times
us.
have you guys been
Stars
wrong?
League.
Oh,
Rachel
poor Nico.
Silvestrini
He was
trying
right
to
up to this
in
point.
defeat. Jen, it's all yours.
Me.
Rachel, I think I can
Also,
safely say that
I
even
have
though
been
you
right
lost,
about
that was
every
your
match
coming out
besides
party right there.
Stacy and Riley. There's that.
Thanks, guys. I'm really proud of myself. I went toe-to-toe with the two-time champ.
I'm
and
just
made
glad
him
I finally got
answer
a
all
couple
of his
right in a
three-point-
row.
all of his third round. We
So,
went to
screw all ya.
five-pointer. It's unbelievable. I'm speechless right now. I'm really proud.
And Kevin Smith, to say that you spun one of your strengths, or you chose one of your strengths, and it still was pretty difficult for you. It
Wait,
just
her
shows
nickname
you
is
the level of
Shining
difficulty
Star?
that these questions are coming up with.
Yeah.
It's just getting
Okay.
deeper and deeper the further we get in this league. So, were you disappointed at all with how difficult your second round questions were?
No, because it's a challenge and it makes me pay attention even more. So thanks, Chris.
And Jeremy.
But no, I love the
I think
fact
Jeremy
that
had a
we're
little
continually
bit of a hand
stepping
in
up the
writing this
level of
match.
play. Like this season has taught me nothing more than you have to.
I'm
study,
gonna
you have to
message
know your
him as
stuff,
soon as we're
and
done here.
even things that you think you know, you might have to go multiple choice on. So I'm definitely okay with the way that it all played out.
Being a fan favorite, the crowd and the people at home are probably disappointed to not see you go further in the tournament. What do you have to say to them at home, though, about your amazing season?
It's not over. We might still play with teams, but thank you so much for all of the support. It's been an amazing year, and next year, who knows what's going to happen? Might get some gold.
Rachel Silvestrini, guys. Back to you.
All right,
Love it.
very heartwarming stuff there from
I'm just
Rachel
thinking,
Silvestrini.
I don't
Her
think
mom is
Rocha
out there
has
watching
ever
too,
lost
so
a
hi,
first-
Silvestrini. And,
first round
yeah,
match in a
I
single
think,
tournament.
Jen had the perfect question when she said, "What does this season mean to you?" We
Definitely
kind
not
of imagined season
2016.
going into it, and it certainly has been.
Can't
that.
remember.
Absolutely.
He
I mean,
wasn't
again,
in last
I
year.
can't
He
stress
wasn't
it
in
enough,
last
like,
year.
if that's
Yeah,
how
so
you're
he
gonna
had
go
the
out,
title.
that's
He
a
was
hell of a way
he
to
was
go
the
out.
champion at the time.
And now we're going to be
So
joined by Jen Sturgeon,
yeah,
who's in the
no,
middle of
also
a dude
2017
sandwich.
because
Jen,
in,
who we got?
then he got
It's a
he
dude
lost
sandwich.
against
I'm not
Sam
sure which one of
Levine
us is the
later
dude,
on the
but
line.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, in the semifinal actually.
John, don't ever
God.
say that again, please.
Touching
what
now.
did he
Nope,
say?
nope,
I missed
nope.
it.
Moving on. Moving
He
on.
said he's the
Oh my God,
beef
please
in
don't
this
edit
dude's
that out.
sandwich.
Oh my God.
'Cause he's the
Mr.
biggest.
Rocha, it is always a pleasure to watch you play.
Yikes.
Why do you always take it down to the
You know,
last question?
Ben is
Do you
literally,
just enjoy
like,
watching this
taller
room
and you
sweat
can
more
see
than
that.
we already are today?
Thank
I don't. It was a
Bigger as
tough
in-
match. Rachel is fantastic. It was an honor to play her. I've known Rachel for a bit now.
Well,
Been
yeah,
a
that
fan of
too.
hers as a person.
And
I've
of course,
always
the
loved her
oldest.
being a fan. She's helped me out in a number of matches, and so to play her was my honor and so much fun. And this isn't the last year Silvestrini. The Silver One will be back, and this is the game now. These people watch. These fans now jump over into.
I'm gonna
the
murder
top
whoever is
roster, and
mowing
this
their
is the
lawn
kind of
outside.
level of play they're bringing. I'm fortunate as an old dog to still be doing against the young ones coming out here. So it was my honor to play her, and I feel damn good that I beat her because it was tough all the way to the end.
Let's be clear, though. These kids may have the knowledge and the time to be studying these movies, but you're still one of the OGs.
True. Well, thanks so much for that. And it's always great talking to you after a win rather than a loss. So
Yeah, you're much happier all of a sudden. What does this win mean to the Horsemen?
I think it's great for us. I think we need this. We need to go forward. We need to have belts around our waist. You know, everyone wants to.
Yeah, that's
bury
what
us
you
all the
need
time
because,
in
you know,
in
you
the
lack
Facebook
some.
groups, on Twitter, blah, 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 blah. The new flavor of the month, the greatest faction ever. We are the greats. We have always
But
been
you're
the
not
greats.
the greatest
and we
faction
prove it
ever.
every single time. Me winning this tournament to have a shot at that singles title, to hold it for a third time, to hold the third version of the belt would mean everything to me and put my name back in people's mouths and in a conversation about the greatest of all time.
One of the moments that I think that people at home did not get to witness is that when you went to go answer your last question, I happened to look over at Dan, and when you said your answer, you just see him light up and go. And I was like, well, I guess he got it. Thanks for the spoilers, Dan.
Sorry, I've come on. I'm. This is my teammate. This is my partner. This is my opponent. This is everything you could be in this game. John and I have been. So of course, I mean, I was rooting like hell for him over there, and mentally willing him. I was mentally sending a picture of Flea into John's brain. And no, I love this guy. I love playing with him.
Telekinesis, he cheated.
And it's a lot of fun, and I love having been over
Telepathy.
there.
Telepathy, sorry. You're right.
And I love having him in the group.
The enthusiasm that you two
something.
have for each other is just palpable.
Telephone.
Like, you guys have been such good teammates, and now bringing Ben into the fold. Like, what does this all mean for you guys? Like I said,
It's
coming
still
from-
weird.
You've had some tough losses as of late. So what
Yeah.
does this win do for you as a faction?
Well, you know, Jen, I think when you join a faction, you really think about the long game. You don't think about the short game. I'm not interested in corruption. I don't care about the dungeon. This is a team of greats, and I knew that I was getting in for the long game, and it's all going to bear out in the end. You know, the averages will favor us because we have the best players in the game. And so, you know, they say when a prize fighter, you know, maybe they lose their power, but they gain a little more strategy. I don't know if this guy's lost his power, but I know he's got all the strategy in the world. And he took care of business today. He went long. He didn't knock her out. Didn't matter. We knew he was going to get there. We were proud of him for getting there. And he's going to keep going.
Actually, first
I'm proud to
flexibility
say thanks to
goes,
him.
then
I'm
speed,
excited to
then
put my first shot
power.
in the tournament, and one of us is going to have it. At the end of this thing, one of us is
By the
going
way,
to
not that my bracket has this,
Corruption,
but
in the next
it
round,
would be
you will
funny
face
to
either
see
Janine
Ben
or
and
Mikey
Rocha
Rodolfo.
in the final against each
Facing Janine is
other.
another one of these Silvestrini situations. Janine's another one that went from fan to competitor, and
I don't think
Janine
that'll
has
happen,
made
but
her name.
No, but that'd be
Janine
fun.
Devine, Janine the Machine, she is no joke, and she is so knowledgeable. She will give me everything I can handle, and I only hope I could do the same for her if I face her. But that being said, Jen, Kalinowski, I hope you're watching, Chico. Right? Flash? Oh, it's you and me, Chico. That's what I'm talking about. You've been running your mouth. You've been running your mouth, playing one side of the fence and the other side of the fence. Mr. Nice Guy, but you got that ugly fire under, and I know it. I remember a young outlaw in 2016 who felt the same way, had that same drive, that same desire. We've been friends for 20 years. We've been hanging and banging for 2 decades. Well, now it's you and me in the ring if you take care of business. And it'd be my great honor to face you, my friend, but also as a competitor, the Outlaw versus KO Kalinowski.
That is
This time,
if
Chico,
he defeats
I'm not
Ginny,
saying the
which
wrong
is
name to give
already
you a
a
victory
hurdle
against
for
Smiths.
KO.
I'm not letting you get away with a perfect round again. I'm going to take care of business and take you out. Because Mikey No Belts sounds so much better.
Well,
to
he
me.
does have 2. So he does have 2, and that's 2 more than you.
You know I mean it.
Well, what more can I say? Just hanging and banging backstage for the biggest piece of meat in this entire tournament. Back to the desk.
All right, Clark Wolf. I mean,
Thanks, Jen,
you
my
see,
friend.
I think Jen really maneuvered that interview
Are you
well because
doing
the
it?
first half of the interview we were talking to John Rocha, and then the second half the Outlaw
okay.
emerged,
Yeah,
and
hold on.
that's who we're left with
Fair
now.
play.
Janine, Kalinowski, either way, we're getting Outlaw.
I still can't get past the young outlaw in 2016.
Way back when.
Yeah,
But yeah, you know,
I mean,
look, it's as I think I do.
2016, he was
all kidding aside, that
122.
Rocha
Now he's
made very
125.
smart
Yeah.
and humble moves
No.
that Janine
Fine.
can easily take it to the end, just like we saw Rachel. You know, Janine is not a competitor to sneeze at. So I think it's great that he's taking it seriously. And as far as Kalinowski goes, he may be on a streak right now, but
Actually,
you know,
his streak got
it's
broken,
just
so,
who can say?
no,
We've
it's not
seen
a
we've seen
streak.
inconsistencies
And
from
it's
both
all
players, so
gonna come
it'll
out.
be interesting to see how this one shakes out.
What has been consistent thus far is that we are just in round 1 of the Ultimate Schmoedown, and the matches have already been fire. Cannot wait to get into more round 2 matches here as we continue in the movie trivia Schmoedown playoff format, the ultimate Schmoedown. For Classy Clark Wolf, make sure you check out Satanic Panic, available right now. I am merely Mark, Baby Carrots Ellis. Go to the movie trivia Schmoedown Patreon, check out the Facebook fan page, and of course, enjoy us on podcasts wherever you listen to things. I'm Mark Ellis. That's Clark. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, that went pretty much as I expected. Chris, are you happy?
Yes, I am. Now, if I wanted to be a jerk, I'd, take my mic off the stand and do, like you see in the intro of every video of ours, the horseman. But no, because, hey, you know what? Okay, I called it. Rocha wins on the 5-pointer. I didn't, I'm happy because this means that when Rachel comes back, she'll be back even stronger. And plus, you know what? Here, speaking of KO, lest we all forget, his first 2 Inner Geekdom matches that he fought, he lost. Because first one was the fatal 5-way. The second one was against Rachel Cushing.
Yeah.
He lost both of them. But what happened now? He's the Inner Geekdom champ. So that's why I say you just have to get in there. You have to just keep playing and keep building up fan support. And now that Silvestrini has that, she's gonna win whoever she faces next. She's gonna.
I personally think Rachel got a little bit unlucky with her first few matches that she played because she lost to Paul Preston, who actually turns out to be a really good competitor, a lot better than a lot of people thought, I think. And she's facing John Rocha. I make joke about him not being the greatest of all time, but he is one of the best players, at least in the singles league, that has definitely shown time and time again he can still do it. And also someone who has, a lot of experience with competing in tournaments and winning in tournaments and continuing into the next round. And the fact that she actually managed to force him to answer the 5-pointer, if he hadn't done that, it would have gone to sudden death. That actually makes the match a lot closer than a lot of people, including myself, thought it would go. But yeah, it's just, like Rachel is no slouch. Rachel is good. It's just she needs a little bit more. Well, first of all, easy opponents to actually get some wins under her belt, and then see if she can go for a belt. I think she just needs a little bit more time. Nico?
I got one wrong. Sue me. But I'll say this, and I didn't mention this in the New York extra episode we did, but when we were in the bar after Ben and Guy had done their show, I asked Rachel about the match, not giving any. She didn't give me any spoilers, but I asked, like, did you do well? And she said she was very happy with the performance that she had put on.
Yeah,
I took that to mean that she had won, but
I didn't, because I was there for that conversation. I remember I was pretty drunk, but I remember this conversation.
But it just feels like every match Rachel is in, it comes down to the 5-pointer. And in terms of teams, it's gone her way like 33 to 50% of the time. And so far in singles, it has not gone her that way for her. Devil Wears Prada. It was the downfall of one horseman. Now it's been the uprise of another. So what can you do? But, she will be back stronger. And she is in a weird place because she has shown that she is a really good competitor. It's just her record doesn't match that. So, like, rankings-wise, how do you pair her up with an opponent next?
Rankings-wise, she just needs a very easy opponent who's also not a good record, so she can get an easy win in and then get on winning some matches.
So then hold on a minute. So Nico, when you're in Orlando, and if you can get the golden ticket to get on stage, challenge her. So you can give her that. You can be her first jobber.
But Nico wants to win.
And that's not fair to her. Like, she deserves an actual competitor who's worthy of her time. I'm waiting for Chris Jericho to finally make his debut so I can use that to my advantage. But
I think he's a little bit too busy and too expensive for the Schmoedown. Yeah.
He offered to play. He offered to play. I think it's on Kevin Smith as to why he hasn't been there yet. But that's a different story for a different day. Bottom line, Rachel made a lot of new fans in this one. She took one of the legends, someone with 20 times her experience, to the limit and made him sweat. So she's going to be back stronger next season, and now we just have to see who Rocha is going to face in the next round. Is it going to be Kalinowski or Janine? We're going to find out on the 28th.
Janine.
Yeah, I'm interested. You have both Janine, I assume.
Yes.
But to be fair, I do want Kalinowski just for the shit talk.
just so Kalinowski and Rocha can go at it one more time. Why not? Yes. Yeah, I personally have Kalinowski in my bracket, but that is based on literally nothing whatsoever. Just the fact that Kalinowski beat Janine pretty recently in a singles match. But that's all. I have no confidence whatsoever that Mike will win that match. Janine has all the experience, all the knowledge to give him a very good fight and to also win that match. But I picked Kalinowski. So, hey, got to pick someone in your bracket, right? Yeah. We'll see how that goes. I'm interested. We'll see about that next week. I don't know what matches are coming up next week, but it's supposed to be good. With that said, guys, I need to stop rambling because I'm rambling a lot. I need to get my whiteboard for the hashtags. Keep them alive, of course. It's our anniversary. We'll go into that in a second. First of all, I asked everyone to like the video, comment on anything you saw in it. What are your predictions for the rest of the tournament after this match? And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And Nico, where can people find you?
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli, or just Nico Suave with 4 random English numbers at the end on Discord, Instagram, and Snapchat, and also LinkedIn coming soon because I'm trying to get a job. Combat Wrestling Trivia on Facebook, Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There is no letter G. Right here on Dedicated to Art. I'm so used to saying Rolling Crits now, but they're not doing anything right now, so it feels weird to exclude them. Check out this today's fandom fights over on Multiplex. Chris had a match against Eli McKeag, and I had a match.
Just plug yourself. Just plug yourself.
And I had a match against Jake. I had a match against Jay Burns, so go check those out.
Do check that one out.
Do check that one.
And hashtag Trivia for Thon 2. Hashtag Give Nico a job.
Chris, plug yourself, and please forget about the animes you want to win.
I will gladly. You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Dome. And you guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page. Join the Facebook group. Be part of the conversation. Come and join the Madhouse. We love having new people in all the time. And guys, make sure you tune into our latest episode of the Who Cares Anyway podcast, where we, just as part of celebrating our 1-year anniversary, we decided to break down some of our top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Besides Star Wars. Yeah. Because we already know that Star Wars will be an entire conversation that we can go on about for days if we wanted to.
For weeks,
and we'll do that
for months, for years.
We'll talk about that around the time that Rise of Skywalker comes out. But yeah, for now, our other favorite movies that we also love. Guys, you can follow me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter. Mainly in this room these days, I am hardcore studying for a geek because I gotta have a belt, and it has to be in geek because that's kind of what I'm good at, and it has to be against Robert Parker because that guy owns all those belts, and I know I can take him. I know I can, and I will. I will get that belt from him one day. Anyway, also you can follow me on Letterboxd and Facebook, simply Kees Cornelissen, my name. And yeah, I think that's about it. So until our next video, take care.
Yeah.
Horseman!